Hey everybody, hope you guys are healthy and safe. So this is the DJI Avatar 360. As you can see from the footage already, this is a drone that can capture 360-degree videos, meaning videos that shoots your entire surroundings. So a major benefit of having a drone that can shoot 360-degree videos is that a drone can fly high above the sky, and when you're high above and you're able to capture everything 360 degrees, that's going to make for a stunning, immersive view. Another benefit of being able to shoot 360 degree videos is that you really don't have to worry about framing. You just have to make sure the drone is recording the footage, and after that, you can reframe that footage however you like. Because with a conventional camera that only shoots in one direction, you have to make sure you remember, make sure the drone is facing that exact direction that I want to shoot. With a 360 camera, you don't have to worry about that at all. Just shoot and then you can frame everything later. Now obviously, the idea behind putting a 360 camera in a drone is not new, because DJI's main rival, Insta360, actually released a similar drone, the first of its kind actually. So Insta360 pioneered it like 3 months ago. Insta360 released it under its subsidiary brand called Anti-Gravity. So it's the Anti-Gravity A1, and it does the exact same thing the DJI Avatar 360 does. But the DJI Avatar 360, it's a little bit bigger and a little bit heavier, but then in return you get a larger sensor. So this is a 1/1.1 inch sensor. You get two of them compared to 1/1.3 inch sensor on the Anti-Gravity A1. So larger sensor means better light intake and also a little bit better details too. Let's take a look at the overall hardware. This looks like a standard DJI drone. It's gray, it's plasticky. You have 4 propellers. I like that they're protected with propeller guards, because the Anti-Gravity A1 does not protect the propellers. So that means if your drone is flying too close and accidentally hits something, maybe it'll damage the propellers. And I also, every time the drone flies back to me, I'm a little bit worried. I don't want to get blinded because the fan like hits my eye or something. Now, to be fair, that's probably paranoia, because the Anti-Gravity has excellent sensors that can avoid obstacles. And same here too, but it's just better peace of mind to have propeller guards. Anytime you have spinning blades, it's just better to have something wrapping around there. But as a result, this drone is bulkier than the Anti-Gravity A1. Is significantly bigger because it doesn't fold down, and it's also heavier. It weighs 450 grams, whereas the Anti-Gravity A1 is only 250 grams. Now, I believe some countries like Thailand and Vietnam, they have regulations for drones over 250 grams. And over 250 grams, you have to register it. So I don't know if you can bring this drone into, say, Vietnam or Thailand without hassle or immigration. But it's still really lightweight, but it's just, it goes over that 250 grams number, which is like the magic number you want to get under if you don't want any hassle, no matter where you bring the drone. But with that said, I was able to bring this drone from Hong Kong to the US, and I didn't get any issue at all. So there's a detachable battery here. On a single charge, this guy can power the drone for 23 minutes. And depending on the package you get, you will get extra batteries too. So you can swap them out pretty easily. The cameras are right here. So you notice that the 2 cameras are located in this little pivot module right here. This is pretty cleverly designed, because when you're shooting 360 degree videos, the cameras need to be pointing up and down. So you just, so it will automatically pivot like this, and the cameras will shoot up and down while it's high above. And then whenever it lands, the module will pivot back into this space right here, where the lens, it's facing forward and back, and it'll be protected when it lands. And then one more benefit of this is, because the camera lens can also point forward, you can shoot standard conventional, like meaning not 360 degree videos, like a standard normal video with just one camera. With the Anti-Gravity A1, you cannot do that because the cameras are locked in an up and down position. With the single lens mode, you can basically use it like a conventional DJI drone and shoot 4K videos up to 120 FPS. Or if you're shooting 8K video, it maxes out at 60 FPS. So as you can see from the footage here, I think they look pretty good. So to control the drone, you use either a DJI remote controller. I really like this one. I believe this is the remote controller 3. You have a giant screen here that's basically like an Android phone screen in dimensions, and it's touchscreen, so you can control the settings and you can see exactly what you're seeing high above from this screen right here. Another way to control the drone, it's with a one-handed motion controller that I didn't bring with me on this trip, but I have it in Hong Kong. And then with the one-handed controller, you will probably need to pair it with a DJI goggle, which I believe is called the DJI Goggle N3 or something. I'll have the name in the corner right here. But with the goggle, you're able to see exactly what the drone is seeing high above in 360 degrees, meaning when the goggles is on, you actually have to turn your head around to see your surroundings. surroundings. So it's a much more immersive flying experience. But unfortunately, because I'm flying the drone mostly in LA, in the city with a lot of people, I don't want to be completely blocked off from the real world. So I've been using the remote control mostly because this is like quicker to set up. You just have to turn on the drone, turn this on, and you can fly. And then you can preview the footage while still be around your surroundings. Whereas if you wear the goggles, you have to set up the goggle, put it over your head, and when you're flying, you in theory cannot see anything around you. And this is the US, man. I don't want to get robbed or get attacked just because I'm like completely not aware of my surroundings. So the goggle and one-handed control is awesome, but I have not used it at all in the US. I've just been using this guy. And also, depending on the package that you buy, you may not get the goggles or the one-handed controller or even this remote. So the DJI Avata 360 comes in like a bunch of configurations, and the very base model, just the drone, retails for about $500 Now this is converted from other regions pricing because this guy's not actually selling in the US directly, not directly via DJI, but I'm pretty sure you can buy it from third-party channels. But about $500 for just the drone. That's actually a very good price because the anti-gravity A1, like the cheapest package you buy is still over $1,000. So this is actually a very good price for a 360-degree drone, because if you think about it, even if you buy a normal 360-degree camera, it's already like $400, $430. So you're paying another $100 to get a 360-degree camera that can also fly high above. Now, that's only for the drone though, and if you're buying just this base package, you have to already have owned some DJI accessories like a remote control to control a drone. If you want to buy it with the controller, then there are packages that bumps up the price to like, like 700, 800, and then the highest tier package, which is the one I got, which includes the drone, 3 extra batteries, a battery charger, this remote control, extra propeller blades, like replacement lenses, all that goes up to about $1,100. So anyway, before I wrap up this video, I will show you more footage that I've shot. I am very excited to bring this drone with me as I travel, but I do worry that because it's over the 250 gram weight limit, like I'm worried I might get hassled if I take this to Thailand or Vietnam. Although I've flown into Thailand enough times to think that I can probably get through without any issue. But Vietnam, I'm not sure. Vietnam, they might be more strict. You do have to take that into consideration. If you want a drone that is smaller, fits into your bag a little bit easier, and have absolutely no worries of like violating regulations, the anti-gravity A1 is probably still better because it's under 250 grams. This guy is noticeably bulkier. It will take up more space in your backpack. But I love using this, man. Like DJI software is on point, and also I forgot to mention this, but it has very good tracking too. So when the drone is high above on the app, just tap on yourself or like swipe your finger through yourself, and then the drone will track onto you and follow you. I've been using the DJI Neo 2, which is a smaller drone, and the tracking is excellent. So this guy, it's excellent too. So that's about it for this video on the DJI Avata 360. I hope you enjoyed this content. If you did, please consider subscribing to my channel. It will help me a lot. I have a lot more coming, including hands-on with the Vivo X300 Ultra very soon. So stay tuned. That's it for now. Thanks for watching.